Hi there, and welcome to the Family of One Child podcast. I'm FOA Comment, a wife, a part-time working mom, and a full-time believer in making the most of every joyful and sometimes busy moments of raising an only child. If you're ready for real stories, plenty of laughter, and parenting tips, you're in the right place. So let's dive into this adventure together. Hi, and welcome, to the Family of One podcast. So if this is your first time and you're wondering, what am I going to expect? You're going to expect me probably laughing a lot. And sometimes I'm going to be breathing like I've been running across the room. But I'm really just sitting here on my chair, just trying to not breathe too heavily. And also, this is my 37th episode. So I'm congratulating myself. I am giving myself a high five. Now, if I had someone who was editing that could do a bow, bow, wow, and like a woo-hoo, like in the background, I don't know what the bow, wow, wow, like whoop, whoop editing would be in there, but it's kind of like a happy that you made it. You know why? Because the 37th episode, I got 3 more 40 episodes. When I started this, I didn't know for how long I was going to go on. And then sometimes I was like, maybe if just one person listens. And then I thought, what if no one listens and it's just me talking to me? And then I thought, well, maybe that's okay. Because, when you share things with other people, and if you don't take your own advice, then what is that saying about your own advice that you're giving to people? Moms, just letting you know that I have been in so many situations, my own stuff. When I tell someone what to do, even without thinking it, and I'm like, I didn't even do that. Why am I quick to jump to give stuff which I need to even do myself? So I am telling myself, and I probably will listen to this, like, oh, what did I say about that in that situation? I need to revisit. And also about celebrations. So I'm excited. This is the 37th. It's because each episode is an achievement too. Just doing one thing at one time, taking one step and just doing it. So maybe you have something. Maybe there's something out there, a project, something you wanted to participate in art. Maybe you wanted to create something like a design. Maybe participate in a class. Maybe you wanted to even start your own podcast. Maybe you listen to this one, you're thinking, oh my goodness, if she can get 2 listeners, I surely can get 3. So I'm just saying. And then celebrate that you started. Now, has it always been easy? Because sometimes timing with our only child, right? You got to cook dinner, you got to go to work, you got to get the laundry, you got to get the child, your child wants to spend time with you, you want to spend time with them, but then also you're tired, and then your husband comes home from work, or then you got to get the shopping done, and then you got to help your family members. The list goes on, and depending how old the child is, your child, like the needs are different. And so maybe always taking like, oh, I just don't have time for that. Or, oh, I'll do it next time. The next time sometimes it could be like, when you relook at it, it might be like 6 months. Or it could be like 2 years later, you're supposed to do that. You're like, hey, I told myself that I was going to do that. So one of the things that I am celebrating is that is this episode, because I think I heard it somewhere. They said not many people will reach the 21st podcast episode. And for those who regularly listen to podcasts, or even you have one, you will know better. Like, oh yeah. And so I have actually done more than lots of people. But I'm sure there's lots of people who have done way more than me. But here I am celebrating this win. And to tell you the truth, the reason why I'm able to do this podcast is because I'm working part-time. I work about 50 hours a fortnight, so that's 25 hours a week. I actually had finished my 50 hours a lot sooner, so I get the one day off. Now, we don't work when you finish your hours. You don't need to come in. You just until the next new week starts. So I get a day off, and I thought, you know what? How about I start doing some episodes, and that way, when I do get a chance, it won't be overwhelming. So there you go. You might be able to, like right now, you're looking at your schedule. You're thinking, it's not going to be this week. It's not going to be that week, but it's going to be on this day. And you might map out an hour, 2 hours, or even a few hours more than that. And you'll be able to knock it out at the park of what you are wanting to achieve or do for yourself. Now, also, I've started to get into jewelry. Woohoo! I said it. I was not into jewelry. I tried it. I mean, I enjoy wearing earrings. But for some reason, my right ear, I would get like my ears pierced, and then my skin, it would just start to pop up, and it will start to close on the earring. Then I'll take it out, wait for a few months, probably 3 or 4, and then I'll go back and I'll try a different type of metal, go back, do the same, or puff up within 2 weeks. Then take it out, wait for another 3 to 6 months, go, oh my goodness. And I'm thinking, you know what? By the 4th time, I decided to go to clip-on earrings. And clip-on earrings are amazing. So here in America, depending where you are, because what country and what store is available, or even you can go online. I had a friend, and she also has an only child, and I was telling her about my earring dilemma. And she said, oh, I wear clip-on earrings as well. And because see, I associated clip-on earrings with the elderly. Now, isn't that judgmental? Here I am judging the senior citizens' earrings. My goodness. Oh, goodness. So I was like, what? And the lady who I was speaking to, she's like in her early 30s, and she's like very beautiful. And I was like, huh? I said, you wear clip-on earrings. She was like, yeah. She goes, I wear both. I wear clip-ons, and I have regular earrings. And I went, what kind of earrings? And then she showed me, and some are really, really nice. And so I went to the local store. I can't remember what they're called, but just your local store. And I looked around for some clip-on. And it wasn't the clip-ons that I grew up knowing, like with my grandparents, like some of the elderly people. They were nice, and I'm sure they were nice for those who had them at the senior citizens. And these ones, it's like the circle and the back. You just push the back a little bit. And then it just, like, you can get metal one, magnet ones. And these ones are really nice, my hoops. And I just put them in my, like, I put the clip on. I just push the back, and it goes around in the hole. It's just gently, and it looks like my ears are pierced. It looks like it's right in the hole, like it's clipped, and it's so super, super nice. And I was thinking, ooh, I like these. And so for some reason, my body is now Maybe I think one of the lady who was piercing my ears for the third time, she said, maybe you have something like a metal that's like it's in your ear, whatever, because on my left side is fine, but every time you put a metal or stainless steel or something, my skin, it just puffs up. So maybe something is that. I could tell you many times I've had like CT scan, MRI back in the day, 20 years, nothing came up. So who knows? On my right side, my ear was like, no metal going there. You shall not pass, as Gandalf would say in the Lord of the Rings. And the reason why I'm bringing up Lord of the Rings is we are going through the Lord of the Rings series with our 8-year-old, and that's hilarious. And so, yeah, you shall not pass going into my right ear. Yeah, so celebrating, that is the reason why. Is there something that maybe you have achieved, big or small, or even like getting up? I mean, my boss is hilarious. She's so super nice. And we have these meetings, monthly meetings. She'll ask me certain questions. And one of them is, what would you like to celebrate about your wins this month? And I look at her and say, I showed up. I mean, I don't know what my boss is thinking about me. And she's like, what's, I just say, I showed up. That is a win. And she's like, okay. She just takes it. She's so cool. So that's what I mean. I celebrate of showing up. I am physically here. I am present. I am going to do the best I can with the time that's given. And see how me just saying that is a celebration. Because how often, seriously, how often do you go throughout your day, throughout your week? You know, I'm going to go through from time and you don't get to really celebrate or even take the time to acknowledge yourself that you're amazing and say, okay. Or even say the words like celebration. You're like, well, I don't want to celebrate. I don't want to get a cake or I don't want to high five because people might think that I'm way too like thinking about myself and blah. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah. Maybe I should wear a t-shirt that says blah, blah. Because go ahead, celebrate. Celebrate that win. And maybe like, well, maybe I'll just celebrate because I put my slippers on. Well, if that's going to help, yeah. Who says you can't celebrate by putting your slippers on? You know what? Start small. Start by getting in that right frame mind. Why? Because you are amazing. You truly are. And it's not to say by putting other people down, or when you think about yourself, you think so highly, you're not kind. No, you're just acknowledging that you are a blessing to your family, you're a blessing to yourself. Look, you got to love yourself. I always say this, and you know, in my podcast, right? I always say, if you want to have a friend, you need to be a friend. And start with yourself. Love yourself. Love your body. Love your soul. Love your spirit. Because be kind to it. Now, there are moments. Are there moments where I'm annoyed? Ooh, I sure am. I sure do. And I sure like, oh my goodness. But when those moments have passed, and I don't like to sit there, as my friend says, I don't like to be down, tried it, want to move up. Yeah. And once I've dusted it off, I better get up. Why? It just feels better for me to keep going. Now, does that mean I'm going to cry yes, I do. I cry. But then I tell myself it's okay. And then sometimes, okay, so I remember like when I was failing a math class, I think it was algebra or accounting. It's one of those classes. And I was just failing. And the next semester I was failing. And the next, I think it's the fourth or fifth time. I think even one of the math professors, the college, he said, as long as you're not going to be an accountant, you just get this basic class. I think I didn't know what else he was going to say, but I think he said, as long as you get this class, and once you get it and you pass, even with a C, he's like, you're good because you're not going to be an accountant, so you're fine. Oh my goodness. And I looked at him, I was like, thanks for the encouragement. He was like, just get a C. You can learn this. It's all, I mean, you don't even have to get an A or a B or a B minus. You just got to get a C. Just get the C. So start small in how you celebrate. And if you're one of those other moms, like, oh, I celebrate all the time. Well, that is so awesome. Because you know what? We need more moms that are celebrating their wins in all places. Maybe you're celebrating at work. You did something awesome. And you know what? I'm at that phase of my life when someone says, you did a great job. I am going to welcome it. I used to before like, it was because of so and so, but I'll be, and then they're like, no, you didn't. Because of so and so. I didn't fully receive it. But 2025, your girl FOA, that is it. When someone says, you did a great job, I'm like, I receive it and I thank you. I'm acknowledging it. I am taking it. Why? Because it is work. I did try my best. I did give it my best. I was present and I want to thank you for it. And I honor you for thanking me, to acknowledging it. And I receive it. And then as Ian Clayton would say, then you give it to Jesus, you trade it. But that's another. If you want to learn more about some of the little sayings and what I say, I'm going to drop some names. Ian Clayton, go and find his studies. Ann Cole Center, if you're interested about horses, go and look her up on their website. So you would think I know all the stuff. Look, if I say these people's names, it's because I learned from them. And there's other people, like I read books. Oh, wait, do I read books? That's so funny. I'm like, you know why? Because my family members, my sister, Maureen, she listens to my podcast. Though she does say in the beginning, she'll read, depending what she listens to, she has listened and she'll be like, does she really read? My sister is an avid reader. It depends on the book that I'm reading. I go through some series and I'll read it. Oh, I crack myself up. But Ian Clayton, I have read some of his books in the past year. I carry his books around me. What? And I remember too, this Notre Dame professor. He was an English professor, and he had come and substitute at our college, and I was taking one of his classes for English. And he is so funny because, what do you say? That my writing, as long as I'm not going to write a book, I'll be good. Like, bah humbug him. I'll show him. I mean, he was so nice. I mean, he's a nice man, but oh my goodness. I was like, some of these people, these educated people telling me, don't be an accountant, don't write a book. I think one professor said, why are you even here? I mean, how did you even get in college? Can you see the roadblocks? I mean, you may be like just going for it, and then you get people who are way ahead of you And maybe they come across like they really they really feel like their words are encouraging you. And you know deep down what they're saying is like, no, that is not the time to give me those words. So each one I looked at them and I was like, this is what you really mean. Because I am trying to motivate and celebrate just one step at a time. Now, I am a person that I will try and figure it out as best as I can if you can show me. Like, it's different when you want to learn about something and no one's there to show you. Especially if you're in a group and you're putting up your hand like, hey, can you show me? And then you ask them and then they get frustrated. Then I'm like, there's two-way street, two-way street, buddy. Like, I'm here and I'm teachable. But if you can't show me and I'm trying to understand your teaching, like once again, you need to modify how you come across. I guess that's why I'm really good at modifying things. Like, I'm able to figure things out. And if I can't, I'll do my best to try and for you to understand. Like if I can't tell you or teach you, I will either give you a link so you can understand it. I will, connect you with someone who can teach you, who can show you or whatever. But, it's a two-way street. Ay, ay, ay. Some people, I tell you. Some people. So that's why I like to celebrate because sometimes no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to tell you you're awesome. No one's going to tell you keep going. You got to get up. You got to do. You got to go. No matter how many times it's a failure. I mean, so many awesome people out there have failed so many times. And I like to think, thank goodness. But maybe, and then they always say, well, there's 1% whatever, or that's fluke. You might be wow, awesome, and get it. I'm like, but that would be awesome too. Do I like to take the long route? I don't know. And depending what the long route is, honestly, and what you're trying to achieve. But the point is, if you're listening to this episode, it is because I'm encouraging you to celebrate. So if you're listening, say the word celebrate. 1, 2, 3, celebrate. Celebrate your wins. And so does it have to be big? I don't know. It's all relative. What is big? For someone, honestly, it could just be what? It could be just laughing. Could be buying something. Could be going for a walk. Could be as simple as, you know what? I'm going to take that nap. You know me, I always like to sleep. So you've been listening to this it's like, oh, there she goes again, all about sleeping. And because it's good when we are taking care of ourselves, moms. Yeah, take care of yourself. You can take care of others. And most times I know, as a mom with an only child, it's a go, go, go. It is. You're going. And it's okay to say no to them. Like I say no to Olivia. She's like, Mom, can we? And I'm like, I'm really exhausted. I need to have my boundary too. And I'm okay with it. And, she won't like it, but she's getting older now, but she understands where my no means no. I was going to say something else. And then I realized this is a friendly podcast. So I was like, no. And she's okay. And you just got to do that. So for your boundaries. And I think it's good. I feel it's good that everyone has boundaries. Like you have healthy boundaries. Like mental. I think I was talking to my husband last night and I was telling him for me, health is also emotional, physical, spiritual. It's like the whole shebang. It is the mental health, everything. And it's just celebrating a little bit and all the wins. The win here, my soul celebrating in this area, my physical, my body. How do I celebrate that when I want to? And my spiritual, all of those, and it just takes time. It's such a process, and I don't like to do. It's just being. But then you go, what do you mean by being? Like you figure it out one thing at a time. Oh, so maybe you're listening to this and you're walking with your child, or maybe you're driving to work, or maybe you're cooking dinner, or it could be like you just got me on a speaker and you're doing something as a background noise, and that's okay. Your mom, you are an amazing woman. So amazing that you have so many beautiful, wonderful gifts to offer to people, to your family, to yourself. So as you are sharing out to others, remember, do the same for you. Seriously, do the same for you as you're saying kind and encouraging to your child, to your husband, to your co-workers, to your neighbor. Treat yourself like you treat others in the way you love them. It's so important. God loves you. That's why you are wonderful. So I just want to say thank you very much for listening. And I pray that you have an awesome day. You're in my heart, giving you lots of hugs and love. And today, the word, maybe I should each podcast, maybe I'll try a thing until it's like, eh. It's like, the word today is celebrate. Celebrate. Go in the mirror, stand in the mirror in front of the mirror, go celebrate. There's so many celebration songs that's coming to my mind right now. But depending what time it is, and everyone's asleep, you're like, you know what? I celebrate. Whisper celebrate. Or maybe no one's home, you're like, celebrate because your kid's at school. Or you're like, okay, I am just going to go to sleep once again and celebrate. All together, celebrate the amazing person you are. This is FOA. You've been listening to the Family of One podcast. I will meet you in the next episode. Bye.